All right, let's go over here to Maria from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. WFIL is the station. Hello, Maria. Welcome to New Life.
Hi, how are you?
Great. What's going on?
Can you hear me? Because I'm on my cell phone.
Yes, we can. Just keep on talking.
Okay. I'm calling because I don't know what to do with my oldest daughter. She's 19. I'm having a very good. Been very rebellious. Her behavior is really out of control.
Mm-hmm.
She's from a previous relationship, but she was never raised by her biological father.
Yeah.
And when she was younger, I did meet someone, and I didn't move in. We didn't move in with each other. She was 4 years old, and he's always raised her. I was always very careful with her, but when she was 2 weeks away from her 18th birthday, she told me that there was inappropriate behavior, him towards her.
Wow.
And I have a younger daughter from that marriage who's 11, and my oldest daughter. It's a real difficult situation. I'm trying to be mother to both daughters.
Okay, your husband molested her at what age?
I'm sorry, say that again.
At what age was she molested?
Well, she wasn't molested. She keeps saying it was inappropriate behavior. Like when she would take a shower, he will hop in the shower with her. She will cry and scream, and then he will get out. It started supposedly once when she was 8.
And did you report it?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Did you report that to authorities?
Hold on, I'm sorry, hold on.
Hello?
Hello?
Maria?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, did you report that to the authorities?
Well, I reported it. When it happened in the beginning, she told me 2 weeks away from 18th birthday. I was trying to convince her to go and to report this. She didn't want to report it. When I did report it, it was already late because she was already 18 years old. The police told me that they cannot do anything, even though I'm the parent and I reported it. They can't do anything because she does not want to report it.
All right, and
so what is your question for us?
Yeah. Did you say he molested his own child? Your other child?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Did he molest your other child?
Well, I have a daughter who's 11 from this marriage.
Second marriage, it's a different father, right?
Okay, well, we think we got a big
question?
connection problem, and we don't really know what the question is. But I don't know. Just to say, you need to protect your kids.
You need to protect your kids, and one of the reasons you're asking that is if it hadn't been reported, it need to be reported. But there's always two things. There's the reporting function that professionals have, but the layperson, it's a protective function.
Yeah.
And so if you're out there and you know any kid that's in danger or has been in danger, they need you to step up and to protect them. But it doesn't end at the protection. There's also healing and restoration that has to happen. So when she was saying she tried to get the daughter to do this, well, whatever the daughter would do or not do in terms of reporting is one thing because she reported it. But the daughter, I would try to get the daughter to get some help to figure out the chaos of her life and get on a better, more secure path as she launches into adulthood.
Well, this 19-year-old is out of control.
Yeah.
And so that's precisely, she needs to help her regain that control, which is to put structure to those old wounds.
All right. Sorry we couldn't finish that up. You're listening to New Life Live. Well, we are back. Steve Arterburn here with Dr. Henry Cloud and Mylon Yurkovich. I want to just see if we've got a clear connection with Maria now. Maria, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So did your husband molest the 11-year-old little girl?
No, he hasn't. I've spoken to her about it, and she says no, he has never.
Okay. What's your question for us? How could we help you?
My question is I don't know what to do anymore with the oldest daughter because I've explained to her that report the situation or even to go into even therapy, counseling. She doesn't want to do either of it. And then she gets upset with me because I do allow the youngest to see her father, but it's supervised. She's not being left alone with him. So she has anger towards me because she's saying, why do I allow him to see her? And I explained to her that,
who supervises
I
that visit?
I feel like I'm stuck in the middle. I'm trying to be a good mother to both daughters, but I don't know how to go about it anymore.
I just want to know who was supervising.
Say that again?
Who is supervising the visit?
Well, he only sees us on Saturdays and Sundays, and it's mostly by me. I'm supervising the visit. She's not being left alone with him at all.
Okay.
All right.
Because it's such a... I spoke to one of his sisters and one of the brothers so they can have an idea of what's going on. You know, in case I do ever have an emergency, I need to leave with one of the sister. She's aware of what's going on. But most of the visits, I have to supervise it.
Okay, so the question for us would be what?
Well, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I mean, the youngest wants to still see her father, and he still keeps denying it. The oldest keeps saying, yes, he did. He keeps saying no. I mean, I'm having I don't know if I sound like a bad mother. I'm having a very difficult time, and I'm sorry to say this, but I'm being honest. I'm having a difficult time. I know someone's might call me gullible. I feel like I don't know who to believe anymore. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the way I feel because of the behavior, the way my daughter.
What is the behavior that your daughter, the 19-year-old's doing that you're concerned about?
Well, for example, she started dating someone. They're falling the same age range. I told her three different occasions I want to meet this young man. She has not brought him to me.
Does she live with you?
I want her.
Does she live with you?
Like she started to have intimacy with him.
Does she live with you?
Does she live with me? Yes.
So where does she go out on her dates? I mean, he doesn't come there apparently.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Where does she meet him for the dates? If you haven't met,
he comes, picks her up, and she goes with him.
So he comes, you're there, but you haven't met him.
Do I what?
You said that you had not met him, but he comes to your house. So
he won't knock on my door. He'll like call her. She'll go outside, go in the car with him, or he'll meet like the end of the block, and she'll go with him.
Okay.
And sometimes when I do come home from work and picking up my youngest daughter.
Okay.
My youngest daughter. Go ahead.
All right, so let's deal with that issue first. I mean, I wouldn't allow my daughter to eat my food, stay in my house, if the boyfriend's calling and avoiding me. Why don't you go outside and meet this kid?
Well, because half the time when this happens, I'm not at home.
Well, but at some point, I would sit down my daughter and say, I need to meet this guy, and if you can't bring me into your life and bring him into our life, then maybe this isn't a healthy place for you to be.
It's a real difficult situation. I mean, she's actually...
Did you hear what Steve said? Because what he said was that you've got to give her some choices that have some consequences based on what she chooses. So if she's going to be part of the family and live there and under your roof and your support and this, that, and the other, there's certain requirements of even just, manners, right? Much less the health or unhealthiness of this relationship.
It's just difficult because I'm trying to do the right thing. It's like since this whole situation happened.
Okay, I'm going to ask you again. Steve suggested a right thing to you. Okay? Just sit down with her and give her what are the requirements that you have of her to live at your house?
I've done that.
Okay,
and follow through.
Okay, and then did you follow through? What are the consequences if she doesn't do those?
The thing is, if she doesn't follow through, she's going to have to live in the streets. She's going to have to.
Does she?
And I don't want to see my daughter in the streets, living in the streets.
Well, what you might have to do is bring all that on the table and tell her, I don't want to see you living in the streets. Do you want to live in the streets? And when she says, no, I don't want to live in the streets. Okay, if you want to live here, here are the requirements. She's 19 years old. She's an adult.
If your daughter can't make a decision to bring the boyfriend into the house to meet you versus go live on the street, she needs to go live on the street.
Right.
But your daughter's also angry. She's angry at you, Maria, because she felt as though she was abused inside your home. You're the mom. You bring another man in, and somehow she's exposed to a person who lacks integrity, does things that are not appropriate at all, and she feels unprotected. She sees you being protective of the 11-year-old, and she is angry and conflicted and jealous over this, okay? Or whatever she is. You need to sit down with her and have a long conversation, even if it's with a family therapist, to say, I want to hear what you feel, and I'm willing to own. If I was gullible in the past, I'm willing to own that maybe I didn't see it. I'm willing to own that maybe I did bury my head in the sand and I didn't want to see. Because until you address her anger, she's not going to want to bring people to come and meet you.
And it would be very difficult for a child to make up someone getting in the shower with them and looking at them. It's not that it wouldn't happen, but if you don't believe her, she probably senses that too, and that widens the gap. I hope you can do something to connect with her, but you also have to hold her accountable. We'll take a break.